So it's been over a year since I got the Capital One Venture X card, and till this day, I still think it's the best single credit card out there. From its amazing rewards and benefits to credits that pay you to keep the card open year after year, the Capital One Venture X is a no-brainer for almost anyone. And for me, it's been by far the most used credit card in the last year, racking up almost 250,000 venture miles and a credit limit increased to $33,000. Where just like most credit cards, a bulk of the value comes from the initial sign-up bonus you get when you hit a minimum spend in the first few months. And on the Venture X, you'll be getting 75,000 miles when you hit a $4,000 spend in the first 3 months. That's an incredible offer because at a 1 cent per point value when you redeem for travel, that's a $750 bonus straight back into your wallet. Or when redeem for partners can get you flying business class over the Pacific or Atlantic with fares valued at $2,000 to $3,000 each. Yes, there have been higher sign-up bonuses in the past, like when the card first came out, giving you 100,000 miles when you hit a $10,000 spend, but it's actually not as efficient. With the current offer, you're getting an 18.75% return on your spend, whereas on the old offer, it's only 10%. You're better off taking that extra spend and using it on another card sign-up bonus for even more points. But the Venture X does more than just give you a big welcome bonus. What makes this card a staple in my wallet is because of its baseline 2 times miles on all of your spend, meaning at 1 cent per point for recent travel or booking travel through their portal, or upwards of 2 cents per point when you're redeeming through partners. That's an equivalent of anywhere from 2 to 4% cashback when used that way, which beats out most, if not all, the regular cashback cards out there, given its high baseline value for your points, as well as flexibility to get even more value from your points. But you might ask, don't you have to pay $395 a year just to get this card? Yes, it does. But between the $100 in value of points you get every anniversary year and the $300 in travel credit when booking things through their portal every year, that's a total of $400 in easily usable value every year, as long as you travel even just a little bit. That effectively means you're getting paid $5 a year to keep the card open. And that's including all the other perks that will come with this card. And the travel credit is pretty easy to use too, unlike some incidental credits on cards like the American Express Platinum. For example, I booked a few flights through the Capital One travel portal in mid-October, and by the end of the month, I got credited the $300 without needing to do anything extra. And because I'm booking flights through the portal, I'm actually getting an elevated 5 times points for that purchase. And with its no foreign transaction fees and the baseline 2 times points on all of my purchases, I'll probably be using this card quite a lot on my upcoming trip to Europe. And that's what makes this card such a powerhouse of a card for anyone that travels even just a little bit. It's essentially a free card that comes with hundreds of dollars in profit, with not only 2 times points on all of your spend, but an elevated 5 times for flights booked through the portal, or 10 times for hotels and car rentals booked through the same portal. There's also a $100 credit for global entry or TSA PreCheck, but I personally use Nexus and wish that these credits cover it, but it doesn't, unfortunately. All right, so apart from basic spend or big welcome bonuses, why do I think this card checks so many boxes for a great card, both for casual or hardcore travelers? Well, if you fly a lot, then you already know that airport food is overpriced and not the greatest. And finding a good place to relax, work, or just chill before your flight is hard to come by, which is why having lounge access is so important. And that's what the Venture X gives you, which includes Priority Pass as well as Plaza Premium lounges for you and a couple guests all around the world. On the Priority Pass side, there's over 1,300 locations around the world, so you'll be hard-pressed to find an airport that won't have at least one lounge there. That said, these lounges are only good at best, given there's so many around the world and so many people with the Priority Pass access, so I wouldn't be surprised if certain popular lounges are more packed. Then there's the Plaza Premium Lounge access, which is more unique of a perk. There aren't that many locations in the US and primarily limited to the Virgin Atlantic clubhouses, but having access to another network of over 100 lounges around the world is pretty good. But the most interesting one would have to be the new Capital One lounges. While there hasn't been that many built yet, with one being in Dallas and upcoming ones in Denver and Washington, I'm really looking forward to checking these out, given the aesthetics of these places are really nice and have coffee and espresso espresso bars, curated cocktails, and so much more. Another thing that's unique about the Venture X card is it's free to add authorized users who will each have their own card, meaning they'll have their own access to these lounges with their own 2 guests. So if you have the card and you give your partner the authorized user card, you're able to bring up to 4 additional guests with you into these lounges. So if I were to put a dollar value to this perk, I think a fair price would be around $20 to $30 per visit, especially knowing how expensive and bad regular airport food is. Stroll in, have a light meal, some drinks, grab some stuff to go, all while in a calm environment compared to the main airport. I think that's all pretty worth it. Then there's the car rental status. For those of you without a car like me, or if you travel a lot and are the type to rent a car everywhere you go, then the Venture X has you covered. At first glance, it might seem just okay, with 10 times miles when you're spending in Turo, or getting Hertz President Circle status, something that used to be unique on the Venture X, but more recently, the American Express Platinum card also added that perk. However, that's just the tip of the iceberg, because the true power lies within the status matches you can do with these perks. Now, Hertz President Circle is already Hertz's own top level status, which will give you perks like confirmed reservations, the widest selection of cars, free upgrades, and bonus points on all of your rentals. That means you can be booking a basic intermediate car and get upgraded to more luxurious ones like BMW or Mercedes for the same price. But that status goes so much further, because most if not all the other rental car companies will let you match that status over to their own top of the line status, including Avis, Enterprise, and National to name a few, where some of the unique perks include guaranteed vehicles, free upgrades, and free car rental days with 1 every 5 rentals, which can really add up over time. So not only does the Venture X level up your flying experience, it'll also level up your car rental experience wherever you go so you can ride in style and comfort. All with the peace of mind that this card comes with primary car rental insurance, meaning you can decline the extra coverage from the company itself and save anywhere from $20 to $30 each day you rent the car. But speaking of protections, the Venture X comes with a whole host of benefits, given it's part of the more premium Visa Infinite network of cards. From lost luggage reimbursement up to $3,000 for yourself and your immediate family members, to trip delay giving you up to $500 for each ticket if delayed by more than 6 hours, and trip cancellation and interruption insurance up to $2,000 per person in expenses. Now, although a lot of these perks have to do with traveling, there's also quite a few for everyday use. Has your phone ever slipped out of your hands, hit the corner, and shattered the glass? Well, as long as you pay the monthly bill with the card, you'll be covered up to $800 after a $50 deductible for any repairs or replacements that are needed. And if your phone was stolen, you'll need to file a police report within 48 hours of the incident to qualify for this protection. Or maybe you bought a MacBook recently and declined the extra charge for the extra warranty. Well, if a product has an original manufacturer warranty of 3 years or less, then the Venture X will actually extend it for 1 additional year up to $10,000 per item or $50,000 per cardholder. So if in 18 months something is wrong with a laptop and Apple won't cover it, then the Venture X has got me. But my favorite kind of extra protection on these cards would have to be return protection. Because nowadays, when so much shopping is done online, and being a deal seeker myself, a lot of the greatest deals are either final sale or have a really bad return policy. With return protection, I can confidently shop knowing that I'll still have a 90-day window where the card will cover up to $300 per item or $1,000 per year if the retailer or store won't take the item back. This perk alone has not only made shopping online for me easier, but also all of my friends that have cards with return protection. Now, apart from the basics, there are a couple other perks that most people will overlook. First, there are the Capital One offers. Basically, this is a portal of a bunch of common stores where if you shop through clicking the link, you'll get a % cash back into your account. For example, if I click through H&M and I make a purchase, I'll get a 12% cash back onto my card. Or if I click on Lululemon, that'll give me 5% cash back again through the card. But the only downside is that because this is a specific link, you won't be able to stack it with other offers like Rakuten, which is another site that will give you cash back on purchases if you use their link. And Rakuten isn't isn't attached to any type of credit card and is a service that I've used for years, giving me hundreds of dollars back in rewards. So if you don't have an account yet and you want to sign up, check out the link down below where you can also get $30 after making your first purchase. And then there's discounts on Amazon. I don't mean using your points to cover your entire purchase on the site, because that's a poor way to use Capital One points, but finding the times where you can use just one Capital One point to trigger a significant discount on your Amazon purchase. These type of offers aren't limited to just Capital One, but given most people overlook this, I thought I'd call this out. And of course, all the other more niche perks that are scattered in this card, which include Capital One dining and entertainment, to prior subscription, which seems to be an exclusive travel club, the Cultivist for access to over 100 museums around the world for 6 months, or the Gravity House Social Club. I don't know of any other card that checks so many boxes of things that a casual traveler would want. I mean, if you're willing to go even more premium and can use the coupon book of perks, then the American Express Platinum card really complements this card well. Because although the Venture X card gives you great perks to elevate your flying experience or car rentals, what it doesn't do well is in the hotel space. And that's where a card like the Amex Plat can come in, because it offers you Hilton and Marriott Gold, which comes with plenty of benefits that will elevate your hotel stays. Or you can go niche and get cards like the Hilton Aspire, which will give you their top-end diamond status and qualify you for major room upgrades, including suites, extra points, and so much more. Either way, the Capital One Venture X card is an amazing premium foundational card that costs you nothing to hold, yet packs a real punch. That said, go on and check out this video on the Amex Plat or this video on the Hilton Aspire for cards that will really complement your Venture X well. See you over there.